helping to build strong communities that can thrive generation to generation is the vision of the Diamond Empowerment Fund. This same vision is true of our own industry. There is no better example of this when the spirit of giving is passed on from father to son. To present our next award is a man whose support of the Diamond Empowerment Fund, Jewelers for Children, St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and many other charitable endeavors over the past years has been unwavering, showing that doing good is good for business. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief Executive of Signet Jewelers, Mr. Mark Light.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. So first of all, I really want to congratulate Dorothy and Chow Tai Fook for their honors tonight. So let's hear it for Dorothy and Chow Tai Fook one more time. I really want to thank the Diamond Empowerment Fund and the board members and Phyllis and Ed Rayback and the group for allowing me to be here tonight for the honoring of my father for a Lifetime Achievement Award. That's really a beautiful thing. So I'm just curious. I want to just ask the audience, because my father hasn't been in the industry for a while, but he was in the industry for about 60 years or so. So by applause, how many of you actually know my father, Nate Light? Okay, so there's a lot of you that never had the chance to meet my father, and I hope you do before the night's over. But you're about to find out there's really no one like him. Ask somebody who knows him, they will confirm that. There's nobody in this room, there's nobody definitely on this stage. Arguably, there's nobody in this entire industry that's like Nate Light. And with regard to that, he has broken ground throughout his 60-year career when it comes to compassionate philanthropy as it relates to this industry. When my father, Nate, was a CEO of Sterling Jewelers, he led the company through some of the most dynamic growth in the history of the company. When he started in 1977, Sterling Jewelers had 32 stores. When he left in 1995, we did over $1 billion a year and had over 1,000 stores. Within that span, there are major, congratulations, of course. Within the span of time when he was running Sterling, he actually went through many acquisitions, and in 1987, actually, he was involved in the acquisition when Signet acquired Sterling. And during his 19 years, my father took Sterling from a small regional chain to the largest jeweler in the United States of America. In his years since he left Sterling, he continued his industry success. He went and worked for a company called the National Electronics Watch Company, and he brought a whole jewelry division. He was the president of the jewelry division. He's received many accolades, including Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Gem Society, the Retail Hall of Fame from the National Jeweler Hall of Fame, and he even decided a couple years ago to open about 3 or 4 Pandora stores and sold those. So he's still always working and always engaging. The success of his prologue is the reason why we honor Nate this evening. I'm confident that this Diamond Empowerment Fund recognition will be one of my dad's treasures that he treasures the most, because he's always been passionate about the idea of being a leader in the jewelry industry. Doesn't mean just nurturing your customers, which you must do. It doesn't mean just making profits for your business, which you must do. It doesn't mean pleasing investors, which we all have to do. And it doesn't mean, but it's important to obviously have a wonderful company that people like to work for. But he always stressed to me and to all of us that it also means giving back to the communities of which you operate. Helping people in those communities that are less fortunate than us, who are challenged by illness and economic factors. Nate not only gave back, he has been a visionary with regard to inspiring vendors, competitors, and our own team members and the entire professional culture of our industry to recognize the value that responsibility is, and it is our responsibility to give back to the community. And he actively motivated all of us at Sterling to make sure that we are always effectively thinking about how we can give back year after year after year. Now, I experienced his motivation firsthand. My father inspired me to constantly improve through my almost 40 years of being with Signet, beginning when I was a part-time sales associate in high school. And he also inspired me to always think about helping people, to raise money for those who don't have and aren't as fortunate as us, to raise awareness about those in need, and to be a benevolent leader, to not only be a leader for your company, but be a leader for your community and for your industry, to give back to people who are not as fortunate as we are. And I would say it's not an overstatement to say that Nate Light pioneered the jewelry industry practices of helping people who are visually impaired, helping families, and especially helping children. Practices that are ingrained in the industry that we are all a part of today. He helped create what has evolved today to be the Jewelers for Children Facets of Hope initiative. He was very much involved in bringing the jewelry show, the JCK show, actually to Las Vegas. And he brought the proactive, philanthropic component and mindset to our industry. Nate Light has done nothing less than help create and develop our industry's deep-rooted core value of giving back. All of you are here tonight are proof of what our honoree has accomplished. And once you meet Nate Light, you'll never forget him, I guarantee you that. Because he is a force of nature, a force that has made our passion for giving back second nature. And for those of you who don't know my father, he is blind. But for those of you who do know my father, know that he has more vision than anybody else you ever meet. Now, I'm a little biased, I know. But if you don't believe me, take a look at this video.
I started in the industry when I was 18, 19 years old after I got out of the Navy. And then I went to work for 65 cents an hour in a jewelry store in Detroit, Michigan, and worked my way up in that company, ultimately to a buyer, and then a buyer to a vice president of merchandising. I came to Akron sometime in the late 70s. There was a family business that was Sterling, which was owned by the Shaw family.
When he started about 1977, we were roughly, I think, 25, 30 stores. When he left the company in 1995, we were 1,000 stores.
Whenever I met other owners of jewelry companies at a trade show, I would just talk to them for a while, make friends with them, and then kind of drop in. Well, if you ever want to sell out, give me a call. I got more calls than I thought I would ever get.
Under his watch, we acquired Kay Jewelers, we acquired Osterman Jewelers, we acquired Westall Jewelers, we acquired Goodman Jewelers. So he was very much instrumental in the rapid growth of Sterling in the 80s and 90s, there's no question about it.
It was just an exciting time, to see that kind of growth going on. It's things that you read about in Wall Street, but it was happening to you right here in Akron, Ohio.
He did a fantastic job building the business, bringing in new concepts over the years, including Jared's. And he was always generous of spirit with everyone he ever met.
He was a visionary when it came to people. He saw something in individuals, in companies, in giving back before anybody else saw it.
Getting people together, competitors on all fronts, to sit in one room with this one focus of doing good and giving back as an industry, that's a visionary. That's a concept that didn't exist before.
The Light family and the Denier family have always been close. My father and Nate threw 2 dinners, and each one wanted to give back to the industry and create a charity. So they got together and they said, why don't we do a party with purpose and combine our charities and get everyone involved in it from all our organizations and make it even bigger.
I said to Clyde that I will merge with you as long as we end up doing something for children. And he liked that idea.
My father doesn't take no for an answer, and neither did Nate.
It was amazing watching these two create that dinner. And we got everybody involved because Nate had vendors from all over the world. And we had the manufacturers that we knew from the Plum Club and the 24 Karat Club. And everyone got together to contribute to this dinner.
By Nate and few of the other folks within the industry, creating Party with a Purpose, that was the genesis that helped us think through how we can take that and make it into Jewelers for Children. So without Party with a Purpose as the beginning of that, we never would have had the platform to build Jewelers for Children, which has taken that mantle forward and become really the industry's charity.
Nate's greatest achievement was being a leader in the industry and getting the whole industry together to do good.
And there's always the guy who plants the seeds and then the tree blooms. Nate created an amazing seed for the charities that we have today, raising millions and millions per dinner. But think back, where did it start? And it all started with Nate.
I think his greatest achievement is the culture that he really set forth here at Sterling Signet. You know, work hard, be passionate about it, you know, be intense, but also have a heart, be compassionate, and bring that same intensity that you do to your business to what you're trying to do good.
Nate would always give a welcome hand to anybody. And no matter who he met, he treated everybody the same.
And his greatest legacy is the executive he built in his son. The legacy of treating people right and having respect and listening and being present, that is Mark Light, and he learned that from his father.
I firmly believe that by Signet giving back to charity, whether it be our partnership with St. Jude or American Cancer Society or Akron Children's Hospital, makes Signet a better place to work. And that stems, that giving back stems really from Nate's leadership back in the 70s, 80s when he was the CEO of Sterling, to make sure that we're always thinking about giving back.
As long as we sustain what we're doing and continue to grow it, I think it's something that, for me, would make me very happy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I am privileged to present to you a visionary, a mentor, and the recipient of the first Diamonds Do Good Lifetime Achievement Award, Mr. Nate Light. Here's your stuff. Yeah, you gotta come right this way. Straight, no, turn it.
How did I do all that and I can't even walk steps? Mark, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for what you have. You know, I'm kind of speechless. And it's not, yeah, but yeah, I started in Detroit, Michigan, for a little jewelry chain in the late 50s. I had just gotten out of the Navy. I was in the Navy for a short period of time, and they found out that I couldn't see. So I said, well, I'll be happy to fight during the day, but let me sleep at night. But I got a good start at a company called Rose Jewelers, and I guess, by the way, you probably own them today, don't you?
Good chance.
Yeah, right. Then I went to a company down in Augusta, Georgia, Friedman's. I think you might own them today. But I'm speechless, quite frankly. I'm just kind of reaching here to say thank you to everyone and congratulations to the Chai Tao Fook and to Dorothy. And I really am proud to be able to stand up here and share this evening with you all. And, you know, I learned back at Rose Jewelers in Detroit, it was a requirement that all manager trainees and employees had to give something back. And I did. We had the charities that the owners of the company wanted to support, and it's all out there now. I mean, I can't really. Who was that good-looking guy in the picture up there with you? Is that me?
That was you.
You know, the more I look at you, Mark, the more you look like me, but
Thank you.
that's a good thing. I'll ask Andy. Anyhow, I want to thank you all, and I want you to follow the examples that were set for me by people, and follow the example that I followed by taking a little bit. And I know in this room there are many of you that have always been very, very generous, and that you've always given back. And I'm just so pleased to see this money going for children. I mean, children who will be educated and who will have a better life for themselves, as we all have had. So, much more than that I can't say, but thank you very, very much for this fabulous honor. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I said it earlier or not, but I'm 81 years old now, and I hope to be around for another 4 years. We can raise another couple $1 million.
Thank you.